Hi everybody. So today's an exciting day because today was the first day that I was able to candle the eggs and actually see something going on in there, which to me is very exciting. Every year I have lots of helpers in school of students who have done this before and know what they're doing. I never did until the past couple of years. I have learned so much from these students, such as the Van Eycks and the Drews and the Andersons and the Barrys and lots of other people who have helped me along the way. And but because of them, I have learned what I'm doing. But usually every year, one of the kids comes in and takes the eggs and brings them in the bathroom and candles them, tells me which ones are viable, and then I do a couple of those to show my students what it looks like inside the egg. So this year, I did it all by myself because I'm, all alone at home. And it was kind of exciting. So what I did was I took all the eggs into a little book nook that we have in this room that I've been in for the past month and a half teaching you. And I shined a flashlight underneath the egg, and I can see inside the egg, not clearly, but I can make out different things. The white ones, I have a few white ones. They're obviously much easier to see through than the dark ones and the brown ones. So those I was able to see very clearly. And at the end of this part of the video, I have a video of 2 white eggs being candled, and you can see the veins and the germ spot inside, which is very cool. And then I have one that is not viable, so you can see the difference between the ones that are and the ones that are not. And then I have one that sadly had a crack in it. So I took that into the kitchen and I opened it up, and you can see what a fertilized egg looks like. The little germ spot, it's very tiny, you could barely see it, but it's there inside the egg. That egg would never have hatched. Unfortunately, bacteria gets into any cracks that are in the egg, and they could end up exploding, which happened a couple years ago in my classroom, right inside the incubator. I came into the room in the morning with the overwhelming smell of rotten eggs. It was one of the worst smells I've ever smelled, and I had to clean out the incubator. It was a mess. It was disgusting. So we do not want that to happen again. So I got rid of that egg immediately, but we got to learn something from it in the process. So it didn't go to waste. The chick would never have grown in there because of the crack. So what I did learn is that we have 8 viable eggs. So that means we could end up with 8 chicks. It's not a guarantee that all 8 of those will grow and thrive and hatch, but they're my possibilities. The other eggs, I really couldn't see anything, but that doesn't mean they're not viable. So we keep them in there. I numbered all the eggs and I took notes on them to show what I've seen at day 5. And then I'll do this all again at day 10 so that we can see the difference. We can see if they're growing, especially those 8 that I know are viable. And then we'll see if any others are viable as well. It'll be a lot easier to tell at day 10. But like I said, today's an exciting day. So at the end of this, I'll show you what those eggs look like. But you can see inside the incubator that I have numbered them all. I don't know if you can see the numbers. You can't. But I put them in their order that I candled them in. And now I know which ones of these have possible chicks in them. And we'll see what happens. So it's kind of exciting. It's very exciting. And stay tuned for what it looks like inside the egg. And again, this is day 5, and I will see you tomorrow. So even though it's early, I got impatient and I started to candle some of our eggs just to see what I would see, not thinking I would see anything. The white egg, if you can see in there are veins, and you can actually see the germ spot right there and all of the veins around it. And it's only day 5. Isn't that cool? Turn him around, see if we see anything else. Nope, he just keeps following me. So this is what it looks like when you candle. I have Mr. Bray's phone and his flashlight on underneath it. And I just put the egg right on it so it kind of glows through the egg. And that's what we see. So we at least have one viable egg. Yay! Okay, here's another egg. And if you could look in here, you can see the veins in here too. So we have at least 2 viable eggs. Do you see the veins in there? Oh, I'm excited. And this is what it looks like when there's most likely no chick in the egg. You can see the yolk kind of floating around in there. Let me show you as I move it. See the dark spot? That's the yolk, and it just kind of floats around. But there's no germ spot and no veins or anything that I can see. Doesn't mean it's not in there, although right there looks like it could be something. So we don't throw these away, but I mark them as that I saw nothing in there. But I keep it just in case. So this is number 15. I number all the eggs as I candle them and keep track of which ones I see a germ spot and veins in. Okay, so this egg I took out of the incubator because it has a crack in it, as you can see right here. And some of the egg is starting to ooze out. And what happens when there's even a little tiny crack in the egg is germs and bacteria get inside and build up in the egg, and then they can explode. We had an egg explode one year in the incubator, and it was literally the most disgusting smell I've ever smelled. So we do not want that to happen again. But I am going to crack this open just to see what is inside, to see if it was a viable egg. And if you look real close, right over there, Mr. Bray, I don't know if you can see it. There's a white spot. Let me turn it. There's a white spot right there. Okay, you could see it. And that means that there was a germ spot. It does look like it was a fertile egg, but it would never have grown. It would never have hatched because of that crack. So now we get to see what it looks like inside the egg when there's a chick that could form in there when it's a fertile egg.